I am the Vice President of the Vintage Aircraft Association. I'm very happy to represent such a fine organization. And I think our proudest moment this year is the opening of the Youth Center, which is behind us. And the whole purpose is to get youth interested in how to repair, maintain airplanes. But the other thing we're very proud of is every year we honor a certain airplane, whether it's the make, model, or whatever, but this year it was called Aranca Nation. And the reason we used the word nation is because it covered all Arancas built. And there were a wide number of them. Most people, when they think of Aranca, they think of a Chief or a Champ. And we had 7 Aranca sedans, which is a very rare airplane, and some Warbirds. So just really a great event. Our goal was to get 75 Arancas on the ground. We got 81, and the owners were very, very pleased to be here, and we were very pleased to work with the Aranca organizations. And other than that, our numbers are great. We had a Stinson gull wing parked right out in front of the Red Barn in Pepsi-Cola marking, just a fresh restoration. And the normal complement of Cubs, Taylor Crafts, Cessnas, and you name it, and it was all here. We're also seeing a large number of younger people with antique and classic airplanes that are willing to spend the money and keep them maintained, insured, and fly them. And our concern was that maybe as the people that really appreciated them aged out, these airplanes would get stuffed in a barn, but it hasn't been the case. They're out being restored, they're being flown, they're being shown, and just generally enjoyed.
This is a 1949 Piper Clipper. This particular airplane is equipped with a Whittaker tandem landing gear, which was a bush wheel option for a lot of Piper airplanes before bush wheels were around. It was certified on pretty much every post-war tail dragger Piper. You could buy it this way. The landing gear was not actually built by Piper, but it was sold by Piper as their option for rough terrain and soft fields. To the best of my knowledge, this is the only Whittaker tandem gear flying right now. There's a few in museums, but I think I'm the only one crazy enough to fly one. It has a few quirks to it. It doesn't like to turn. It's kind of like trying to push a dual axle trailer around. You have to slide one tire sideways to make it turn. It only has brakes on the rear wheels. So when you step on the brakes, it rocks the weight onto the front tire and just slides the rear tire, and it doesn't slow you down. And they're a lot like skis where they hang with the front wheel up, so you can actually touch down at a much higher angle of attack, and the bungee cords in the gear will soak it all up. So you can make a really bad landing. And it really doesn't like hard surface runways. It is all over the map if you land it on a hard runway.
This is our 1938 Waco YKS-7. It was a basket case, but it was a nice start. A few such repairs had been done. Wings were started. Missing some parts, but found those along the way. Kind of unreal to have it flying, actually, now to be enjoying it with Emily and the kids and take it to fly-ins, and been real enjoyable to fly and just a great flying airplane.
So today we're here with my 1953 Cessna 180. It's in pretty stock original form. Got a lot of sentimental value to me because it's been in our family, or my family, since at least 1970. My dad purchased this airplane. Him and another guy, they kind of owned it as a partnership, and my dad always owned this airplane, bought the other guy out at some point. And it's the only airplane I remember always owning and flying in. My dad passed away about 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, and fortunately I was in a position that I was able to buy the airplane for my mom. My first Oshkosh is pretty exciting little, actually laughing a little bit, it's a little overwhelming. So I'm surprised to be here and see the interest everybody had in this airplane. So I'm glad other people appreciate it as much as I do.
What you're looking at is a 1931 Buhl Flying Bull Pup, they called it. The flying kind of faded away. Buhl was a company that was a stamping company, built about 20 utility biplanes, and were most known for their air sedan, which was a sesquiplane. With depression came along and Few people had any money, so this was their, I'm gonna get through the depression with the Buhl Bull Pup. And it was designed by a fellow by the name of Dorme, who worked for SPAD in World War I. Designed this airplane, kind of unusual with an all aluminum fuselage, and this 3-cylinder Székely if you're Hungarian, or Zikli if you're not. The engine is the heart of the beast. Had some Zikli engines that came with the project, so I kept the best pieces, and then I soldiered on from there and built what I think is a good engine. But it's a challenging thing to mess with. People think I'm a little nuts. They might be right. What the attention that it has gotten up here, and the guys that run this circle, say that people are hanging around this thing all the time, and it's done my soul a little bit of good to say, I'm glad I'm up here, and people tell you thanks for bringing the thing up. And I've always taken the appreciation of people who do things. I'm not a spectator in life. And I think most people involved in this stuff, that's their lives. I'm not an oddball in the pile.
We value the Vintage Aircraft Association because it does bring a lot of people in on the entry level, because vintage airplanes are affordable, they're easy to fly, they're easy to maintain, and for the most part, parts are available. So it gives someone that's just, entry level, the opportunity to own an airplane at the price of a used car.